Hello there, my friends. This is Matthew, aka the Nucleus Cyborg. For time reference, today is May 29th, and it is currently 11:40 in the morning. I just wanted to hop on here this morning and give you a quick video, another video, practical review from Mike White and his channel, Freakin Reviews, and the things that he likes to review. Just the devices and gadgets that he reviews on his channel. And I would highly encourage you to go over to his channel, Mike White at Freakin Reviews, and he has a lot of cool stuff, and I've bought a lot of cool stuff that he's reviewed. And so here's one of them that I'd like to share with you today. This is a square egg press. As you can see, there's an egg inside there, and this device is supposed to squash an egg that you boil an egg, you squash it down into a square. Let me see. I bought this on Amazon. Let's see. How much did I pay for this? I paid $12.99 for this, and this is called the SCI Cuisine International 2.75-inch square egg press. That's quite a mouthful. Now, this is actually my third attempt at creating the perfect square egg, if there is such a thing. I first tried one with a Eggland Best eggs. That's usually what I go for when I buy eggs at the grocery store, Eggland Best. And they're the box, and they're labeled as large eggs, but when you put them in here, they weren't quite. I guess they weren't large enough. How do I describe this? Okay, so the edges, the flat edges on this, on your egg, kind of create kind of like a square, I guess you would call it. You call the whole thing is a cube, but this, each side is kind of like a square. It's got four sides, but the Eggland Best were, even though they were labeled as large, they weren't large enough, and they didn't quite come out. They weren't mushed against the side a lot, so they weren't really squarish on the side, and so that created, like, on the corners here, it was more rounded, more like a 3D cube, I guess you would call it. And so the next time I tried the second round, I tried it's a Simple Truth brown eggs, and actually those were quite bigger than the Eggland Best eggs. And actually the Eggland Best eggs, they're all uniform, they're all pretty much the same size. They're white eggs, pretty much all the same size. But the Simple Truth eggs, even though they're labeled large, some of them are larger than others. And so, this time around, this is the batch 3. I did 3 for trial 1 and trial 2. This one I've only doing 1 egg, because after this is cool, I think, but it's more like a trivial device. It just takes too long. I was thinking that maybe. An idea I came up, if you buy like 12 of these and somehow like maybe use a glue gun or something like that, and then you could like put them all together in like a big 12 tray sort of thing, and then put all 12 of your boiled eggs, they have to be warm boiled eggs, in there, and put them in the refrigerator. Then maybe that would be a bit more practical, but doing one at a time really is not very practical. So, but this was kind of the bigger ones. I tried to find a bigger one in the ones I just did a few minutes ago. This has been in the fridge for about 40 minutes. You're supposed to put them in there for 10 minutes. So this one should be nice and smushed, hopefully, and we'll see how it comes out. But like I said, this is probably the last batch I'm going to do. It's just easier to just do regular plain boiled eggs. And then also, too, is that what I do, my strategy for boiled eggs is that after they come out of the boil, I drain the hot water, and then I put ice well, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to say. It's not quite three cups. It's a lot more than that. But I bury them, and I bury the eggs in ice, and then pour cool water on them to kind of like that seems like it solidifies them somehow. If that's the right terminology, inside the egg, it's a lot more easy to peel when they're warm. Not only do hot to warm, not only do your fingers, they're hard to peel because they're hot on your fingers, but that it doesn't seem like they come off. They chip off. The peels, the shells are not really coming off. You're chipping them off. So when they're warm or hot, so that's why I put them in an ice bath. But without any further ado, let's unscrew this thing. So what you're supposed to do is the cap screws open. You take that out. Okay, take that out, and then you have this little plunger piece in there, little square plunger piece that goes on top of the egg once you put it in there. And so you also have a little plastic square part on here. It comes out, but that keeps the egg in there. So you press that up, and the egg comes out. I'll put the egg aside just for a second. So like I said, the square piece right here, this goes into the bottom to keep the egg. You got a square hole right down here in the bottom. So I guess that this piece kind of helps it, so the egg bottom doesn't fall out. Got a little water here on the table. There we go. Okay, so that's the device itself. Like I said, I think it's kind of cool, but it's just not practical to keep doing these because It takes too long. I mean, you got to put this in the fridge for 10 minutes. So as soon as the egg's in there and pressed, you got to put this in the egg for 10 minutes. And so your other eggs are just sitting there. And so, like I said earlier, if you got like 12 of these and somehow, put them together and then did boil 12 eggs, be able to put them all in there at once, then it might work. But then again, it's $13 a pop, for something like this. So anyway. Moving on into seeing what this actually looks like. This actually came out pretty good. It's still not the best, but it doesn't have very many pock marks on it, so I did pretty good peeling it. It looks really nice. Like I said, that's why that looks. Oh, there's one right there. Oops, almost dropped it. I just saw it in the camera. Yeah, there's one right there. Little pock mark. Can't be perfect all the time. It's nice on that. It's nice and smooth on that side. But as you can see, what I was trying to describe is that the sides here, you have, 4 sides on this side, and then on the top and bottom, they're not quite squarish. They're kind of they're more cubish, and so the corners here are not quite smooth, squarish, smooth. It smushed. It wasn't big enough to smush up against the side. So right here on the top corners, they're more rounded. So this is more like I guess you would call it like a cube, and not really a square. It's very attractive. Like I said, I really like these, but it's just going back to it's just not practical. So anyway, I just got a little plate here and a little knife, and I'm gonna cut this open and see how it looks inside. Ooh, very nice. I mean that they come out really cool. I mean, like I said, this is so cool. It's just geeky. It's just a nerd kind of a thing, and it's very cool. But again, going back to practical wise, and then also, like I said, if you I eat 3 boiled eggs at a time, and so if you get them the traditional way, just boil them and then cool them off, and then peel them off. Go and maybe I always cut mine up into halves. But if either way, if you don't cut it, or if you do cut it, it's still the traditional eggs are still rounded, and so you put them on a plate. they kind of like move around because they, they're round. And so these being square eggs, they sit really nice, and they don't really move on the plate. I'll put it here. Might not be the best because, like I said, I'm filming on my computer here, so you can see it there. I mean, it's very attractive. It really is. I love. This is always so cool to make these things, but again, it's just so unpractical to make several at a time. Like I said before, the first time I tried it, and the second time I tried it, I did 3 eggs. So but that's an hour. So like I said, well, no, wait, I'm sorry, that's half an hour. Excuse me. First you gotta boil your eggs. So that takes I don't know how long. When I boil eggs, I put the eggs into the pot, and then I cover them with cool water up until just a little layer right above the top of the eggs, and then I put them on the burner on the kitchen stove, and I set it to high, and so when the water comes to a full rolling bubble, that's when I turn it off, but I leave the pot on the burner, so the burner is still on, and then I cover it with the top. And I let that sit for 10 minutes. That's how I boil my eggs. And then, like I said, after that, I take it to the sink, try to drain some of the hot water out. And then, like I said, I get tons of ice, and I just bury the eggs, and then put some cool water on it. And that's how I make my eggs, my boiled eggs. But for me, it's a quick and easy protein. I eat a lot of protein. I shoot for 100 grams of protein a day. And so, like I said, this is just a very easy and quick way of getting protein. I like it. Like I said, I've already had 3 eggs this morning. I'll go ahead and eat this egg after I'm done here. It's very cool. It is very cool. It's geeky. It's nerdy. And the final product is actually very attractive, but it's just going back to it's just not practical to do this every single time. It's maybe every time you boil eggs, 6 or a dozen at a time, depending on how many you do at a time. Maybe you can take one out, and then put it in the press here. The knife is, so maybe put it in the press there, but otherwise. Mike White, he said that he used it for a while, but he said that he has this term, his products that he reviews. He reviews a lot of products, and he says that most of his products wind up in what he calls the boneyard. And so, like I said, this will probably be. I'll probably keep it in my cabinet, and like I said, pull it down every once in a while. But it's very cool. Like I said, that's why I wanted to get on here and do this, because it's very cool. Whoever came up with this, I mean, it's a neat idea. I could go on forever. How it's a neat idea. It's just not a very practical idea. Anyway, I mean, like I said, I can keep going on and saying that and saying how cool it is and how unpractical it is. But I'm just gonna keep repeating myself. And so, if you guys like this video, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I think again, let me see. If I can pull up his name real quick. One of my previous videos posted not too long ago. Let me see if I can find it. Well, it was actually titled, my last video was actually wow. It only says 1 day here. 1 day old. And then it got I actually intended that to be my last video, but then there was a comment on here from Hi Spy. So I thank him again for if you watch this video and any of my previous videos, 2 videos that came out after that, the last video, which I guess turned out not to be my last. He really encouraged me to keep going, just keep having fun with it. That's what he called it. He said, if you're having fun doing this, and yeah, I am having fun with this little device. So anyway, again, thank you, Hi Spy. Anybody else watching, you can like, comment, subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm having fun. So, I'll see you in the next video with something fun. Okay? Thank you for watching. Bye.